Welcome to clickmeproject.com. Let me discuss about the process robust online multi-object tracking with data association and tracking management. Let us see the abstract of the process robust online multi-object tracking with data association and tracking management. Tracking objects in videos have several applications in video surveillance. In tracking systems, detection is means detecting the objects sequentially all over the frames. The objects can be tracked based on the sequence positions of the objects presented in the video. The performance analysis is done by measuring the error rate and the accuracy. The input video is converted into frames. The frames represents the images, that is the video is divided into. The initial frame will be the empty background of the whole sequences. The objects were detected by subtracting the frames from the empty background frame. This process is the background subtraction process, and this will help in the detection of the objects all over the video. In order to handle some occlusions presented in the video, we are using morphological operations to minimize the occlusions in the video. Here, the morphological operations means the identification of the extra regions that were identified as objects and removing them. This process will help in the continuous tracking of the objects in the whole sequence. After identifying the positions of the objects in the whole video, the performance of the process is measured by measuring the accuracy and the error rate. Let us see the flow of the process. The input video is loaded and it is converted into frames. The number of frames, the height and width of the frames of the input video were obtained, and then based on that the frames were divided. After that, background subtraction process is implemented. The background subtraction refers to subtracting the empty frame, initial frames with the empty frames. Then, based on the thresholding operation, the objects alone in the video were extracted. Then, after that, using the morphological operations, the occlusions present in the video has been handled. That is, if some other regions were detected as objects when they are eliminated, then if the identified is identified to be object, that is, if it is a white region, then object pixels were around taken and tracking process is implemented. Else, if it is a background region, then the regions were eliminated. Finally, the performance of the process is measured by measuring the accuracy and error rate of the overall tracking process. In the implementation, we have enhanced the process by implementing the background subtraction method along with the particle filter methods in order to enhance the process and produce results for comparisons. So thus we have implemented two tracking processes, including thresholding and thresholding along with SAR particle filter. Let us see the running procedure of the process. In this process, if you want to run the code, select the file main.m, which is located in the source code folder. This process is developed in MATLAB 2009 version. Select the file main.m, right click it and click on run file. You will get the user interface needed to run the program. This user interface will be displayed and it contains the menus needed to run the program. Select the file, select video and select any one of the video present in the given in the folder. So as we select any one of the video will be displayed here. and after that we convert the video into frames. So this frame conversion process goes on and the videos are all converted into frames and it will be saved in the folder frames. Then after that we apply basic pre-processing steps, that is resizing and filtering. These basic steps were implemented and the results were displayed here. Then after that object detection process is employed. As we can see here, the objects were detected, but along with that some other regions and the objects were also not detected exactly. So these processes were all removed in the occlusion handling sequences. The identified objects were saved in the folder object. Then when we click on occlusion handling process, here as we can see the regions other than objects were clearly detected and these objects were then used for tracking. So while we click on the appearance model, just based on this alone tracking process is implemented. So these objects were tracked. So each object were tracked separately and the results we can see that. So as final, all the objects were tracked completely. So this is based on the obtained background subtraction and morphological operation models. Then after that particle filtering combined with background subtraction model. So as this we can see the particles were generated and the generated particles finds the locations of the persons in the video as we can see. So and based on that the tracking was implemented. So as we can see these two results were got and so finally we measure the performance for both of the processes. So the performance will be measured and it will be displayed. So as a performance we measure the accuracy and the error rate of the process. So thus we are implementing a video tracking system that is based on background subtraction and background subtraction combined with SR particle filter. Finally, we measure the performances using the error rate and accuracy processes. Thank you.